Hey guys, Stephen Edwards here again. In this video, we're going to look at starting to build a foundation upon which you can build quantum wealth. So we're going to do some groundwork here. I want you to imagine for a second that your mind is a metaphor or analogy, if you like, for the Garden of Eden. When you were born, you had this beautiful mind, this perfect garden. And then over the course of your life, some weeds perhaps have been planted in that garden, some ideas, beliefs of limitation. That they're in some way that you have not got the ability to be able to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. That maybe some way you're lacking in some regard in your ability. And these beliefs become over time what I call transparent beliefs. They're there, but we're not even aware of them. And if we were to take the seeds of success, the seeds of quantum wealth, and plant them into a garden that is full of weeds, what would happen? That's right. The weeds would choke them, wouldn't they? They would never get a chance to grow, to take root, and then to flourish. And my belief is that that's what happens to us over and over again in our lives. You've probably gone out many times to create success or your desires, your ideas, and put them forward in the world, and perhaps it hasn't worked out. So is it possible that maybe some of those transparent beliefs have held you back? Well, stick with me, because we're going to see if that's true. So my latest book, one of the things that people are asking me before I start to write the book is, Stephen, look, how did it start for you? What happened for you to go from living in a rented house to a multi-million-dollar home, to go from being broke to generating revenues of over $20 million and a personal income of over $1.5 million, going from being divorced to being married to one of your dreams in less than 2 years? And what I tell people is this: I made changes in 3 areas of my life: my thoughts, my words, and my actions. I know that sounds an oversimplification, and it is. We're going to get into detail about what kind of thoughts. But it begins in those 3 areas, because your thoughts lead to words. Your words lead to actions, and your actions lead to habits. Habits develop your character, and your character ultimately leads you to your destiny. So the book Quantum Wealth, people say, well, what is quantum wealth? Well, I took that name because, I've looked at the world of quantum physics. Physics itself is a study of matter through space and time. It's a study of nature. But quantum physics goes much deeper, to the very root, to the very where everything emanates from, through molecules into atoms, past the electrons and protons, and through the nucleus, all the way down into the quanta, the world of quanta. And at that level, what's amazing is a whole new set of rules apply. That in that world, everything is either a particle or a wave. But what's interesting is that particles can become waves, and waves can become particles. In other words, everything is connected, which is why we call it the unified field. So in that area, where everything emanates from, there is unlimited possibility. Everything is connected. There's no fear. There's no lack. There's only abundance. The energy and the particles in those areas, even though they're seemingly miles apart from each other, are moving in unison. They're connected together. And everything in our physical world emanates from this. So although we get the sense that we're all separate, that things are different, that there are animate and inanimate objects, the quantum world tells us that that is not the case. That a whole different set of rules applies. And everything manifests itself from that place. And when we start to use the world of quanta and quantum physics in the physical world, things change dramatically. What we learn is, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. But that's not always easy, because we've got these transparent beliefs that control our behavior and ultimately then control our results. So we've got to be prepared to look at what we believe, even what we value. For example, we're spending time here. You're watching this video. And we all know that time is what? When I ask that question, most people say money. But is that really true? Is money time, time money? That's almost like saying an apple is an orange. And I say to people, well, let me ask you this. Can you replace money? Sometimes people say not very easily, but can you replace it? And the answer is yes. Whether you have a business or a job, money is coming at you on a constant basis. It's replaceable. But can you replace time? That second is gone. It's spent. If I said to you, here's $50 million, how much of my past can you buy back for me? Not 1 second. So what we need to be able to do in order to create quantum wealth, because how do we measure wealth? We say someone is rich, they have a lot of what? They have a lot of money. But if someone is wealthy, it's different. What is wealth? Wealth is measured in time. How much time do you have without ever having to work again? So you can be rich but not be wealthy. But of course at the same time you can be wealthy, in other words have a lot of time and not be rich, right? So ideally I want to have both, because time really is freedom. Money is power in the world. It gives you the energy, the ability to move energy in the world. So we want to have both so we can enjoy our life to the fullest. So we've got to start to look at our beliefs about everything, what we value most in life. And we've got to start to change those things to get different results. Because look, you've heard this before. The definition of insanity is what? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting to get a different result. If you continue to think the way you've thought, to talk the way you've talked, and walk the way you've walked, in other words, do the things you've done, after you watch this video, what results can you expect? The same. So when we start to challenge our beliefs, we challenge our values, it becomes difficult for us because that's taking away some certainty for us, and we love certainty. It means getting out of our comfort zone and facing some fears. But let me share something with you. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's where you become alive. Staying in your comfort zone with what you know is really living in fear. And to step out of that comfort zone takes faith. And only through having the deep sense of faith can you be free. So my offer to you right now is to start looking at what you believe about time and money. And start to put a higher value on your time. Because if you put higher value on your time, what are you going to get? You're going to get more of it. And when you get more time, you have the ability to generate more money. Interesting concepts. You know, the Greeks used to have a saying, saper ord, which means dare to be wise. Socrates once said that learning is simply remembering. And education means to draw you out, not put things in. So I offer you the opportunity to dare to be wise. Step out of your comfort zone. I use DARE as an acronym for Daily Active Remembering Experience. To remember who you really are. Remember what's really true in your life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There's more coming down the pipeline. Stay tuned. More will be coming to you shortly. In the meantime, thanks for watching. And remember, dare to be wise. Thanks.